that trumpet sound, boy, you don't wanna miss out. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in with the Lord or you out with the Lord. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in or you out, ain't no straddling the fence. Either in with the Lord or you out.
Shalom. Can you hear me, Yaki?
Hebrew, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Man, I look pale with this light on here.
Oh man,
I look bad. Okay, so all right, so we live. We back
yes,
with
sir.
the Babylon streets. The current event is that this bad weather is worldwide or countrywide besides Florida. Florida, the only state that's not gonna get hit.
Man, did you see what happened in Russia?
Nah, what happened in Russia?
It snowed up to like the 5th floor.
That's a blizzard.
Huh?
That's a blizzard.
Yeah, so they up there jumping out of windows, sledding down their windows.
They gonna need a lot of fire to melt that snow.
Man, so it's like, like you said, August worldwide.
Yeah, Iran is threatening war. I know I seen that. I ain't got it on the thing, but Trump said something to Iran about something's coming to them, and Iran's people said, if you send anything over here, it's gonna be a full out war, and we ain't playing with you.
Yeah, it just popped up when I looked it up. It says Iran threatens Trump. So I see exactly what U.S. expected to deport dozens of Iranians as Trump threatens regime over crackdown.
Yeah, so
I guess they fire back.
Yeah, it's getting it's amping up. It's amping up. We got the weather that's going crazy. So Most High will and everybody safe and whatnot, that they got what they need before it get too bad. I think here in the nap, I think sundown about to happen any minute now, probably within the next 30 minutes. So get y'all some things before it get too bad out there.
For sure.
So
all praises.
What's this topic of the day,
Man, the topic of the day, man, the Messiah's doctrine or the Mashiach's doctrine. So that's exactly what we're gonna talk about. Talking
right.
about we could just get started on it really.
All right, let me still see if I'm connected to the thing, because see, I lost connection. So we're doing cool right now. I'm not gonna pair my phone to it because that's what was paired to it when I lost connection.
Okay.
What we jumping in?
Today. Huh?
What'd you say, Art?
I said we coming with the buzzer beater today.
Yes, gave a good lesson to the short leggers today.
All praises.
Be not deceived is what we read. What was the title? So where you want to start at today in this good old book of the law?
Man, I think the first script we're gonna hit is in Matthew 16, Matthew 16 at 13. And I'll read off these little notes right quick.
Okay.
By the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify who Yahushua is according to the scripture, explain why he came, understand his relationship to Yahuwah, articulate his role in salvation and covenant restoration, and recognize his present and future authority. So that's pretty much the order that, we'll go through about what's going on with the Messiah's doctrine. So we'll start there at Matthew 16 and right at 13.
All right, let me get back to it. Yes,
let me get to it as well. And it's a good way to start because, for somebody who don't got no idea about the Messiah, we're gonna start right there. Verse 13. You ready up?
Yes,
and it reads.
Y'all be quiet. Go ahead, Art.
And it reads, when Yahushua came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, who do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? And they said, some say that thou art Yehukanan or John the Baptist, some Elias, and that's Elijah, right? It say, and others Jeremiah in the New Testament, how they try to render his name, or one of the prophets. So that's what they was trying to say that he was. That he asked them, he said, who do people say that I am? He didn't just come in boasting on who he was. He said, man, well, who y'all think I am? Yeah. They said all this. Hey, some say that you one of the prophets, some say you a specific prophet, some say you John the Baptist. He saith unto them, but whom say ye that? He said, but who do you say that I am? And Simon Peter answered and said, thou art and here, of course, in the English, they'll have Christ, but we know in the Hebraic is Mashiyach. So we ask him, who is the Son of Man? Right? Who is the Mashiyach? And it tells him, the Son of the living Elohim. It says, and Yahushua answered and said unto him, Barak art thou, Simon Bar-Yonah. It says, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee, but my Father, which is in Shamayim. So it's not even revealed to you through flesh and blood on who the Messiah is. It's something that's through the Spirit that has to happen for you to truly understand his identity. That's what we're seeing from this, this prototype right here. The scriptures before us. You got anything to add to that?
No, sir.
All praises. So moving on, we're going to talk about the identity of them, so we're talking about the identity. So it says, who is he? What's his identity? Let's go to Matthew 1:21. Matthew 1, and it reads, And it reads, and she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushua. Right here, we know they got the JES, but for anybody who's just coming into this knowledge, right? That's why we breaking this stuff down. It says, it would say in the Hebrew there, Yahushua. It says, for he shall save his people. So he shall save his people. It says, so they're literally telling you right here in the New Testament prophecy what they're going to call his name. Now, when you go deeper into that, you're going to come into the Hebraic name. But the thing is, whatever name that they're telling you in these instances, you see, this is how doctrine is not established. The doctrine is already established. This is how doctrine is verified. This is how doctrine is upheld. It's just by just literally looking at the scriptures and seeing what it say. Right? You don't got to put no interpretation on it. You ain't got to do none of that. Now, you could dig the words deeper and get some more clarification on that. But as far as the text itself, you don't got to do all that. You ain't got to do too much. It's right there in front of us.
It explains itself.
It explains itself. The scriptures confirm themselves and explain themselves. And see, that's the thing. Like, the most ignorant thing that I be hearing is somebody sit there and like disagree, or they disagree with the scripts. But then you ask them, like, they might say, oh yeah, I read the Bible once or twice. You know what I mean? And see, first of all, you don't understand it's not that type of book. It's not a novel. So you don't just read, when you're studying for the bar exam, going to be a lawyer, you don't just study once or twice. You always study, make sure you get it right, because you got to pass the bar. Like, we studying law here. So why would we read that as a novel? You're going to be getting educated on how different branches of that law work. You're going to be getting understanding on how different things work. So why would you think that just reading the Bible, through like a novel is going to give you the deepest understanding? Like, these men that was in the scriptures, they dedicated their whole life to studying the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? They still had questions. So it's just like us. Like, this is what we do on the regular, but we still come in a deeper understanding, deeper knowledge. So, that's the same way it was working then. We're gonna jump over here to Acts chapter 4.
I made a status last night about that.
What it said?
I said, I made it a confession. Like I said, I don't study like I should. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, that we gotta make time for the Most High. Just like the Most High made time for us to see another day or a moment in life. We gotta study to see what the blueprint talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because how us as men and women, especially men of the Most High, gonna lead the family if we not doing what we supposed to do. I think we didn't have many years of not studying the Bible, because we see where it's leading us at right now with the short leggers. You know what I'm saying? So we got to do better. You know what I'm saying?
Dedicate your time to the Most High. Everything he does like a blueprint. So just like he said, he want 10% of your tithes. He just want 10%. He want 10% of your time. So give him 10% of your time every day. That's probably like a chapter a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. And study and meditate on that one chapter. And I know
if that's all you get in, for that day, at least hey, look, I'm just meditating on that. Now, if you got time or you just going in, of course you can get more, but at least give them that 10%.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So we're gonna jump over here to Acts chapter 4. Acts chapter 4 at verse 12. We'll just go straight to it. All right, so we'll start at 10. I'll start at 10.
Yes,
Is you ready?
Yes,
It's a be it known unto you all and to all the people of Yasharal that by the name of Yahushua Mashiyach of Nazareth, whom ye crucified, and one day, most high will, I think we should talk about this crucifixion thing, man. It's way worse than you think. You know how they was performing it on people. Like, man, I think once you really start figuring out how the crucifixion go down, oh yeah, man, you gotta have some compassion for the Mashiyach.
Yeah, so we can let's see if we can make it for next week, and then we can see if we can make it to where folks can really get a visual of some type of replica or something like that.
For sure, man. Hey, make you appreciate your Mashiyach. You hear me? Make you appreciate what somebody done for you. For real.
It's like, man, just like that, because we didn't have a conversation here maybe a couple of weeks ago where we was like, the love of the Most High to send His Son down here.
Yeah.
For that.
Because look, I like how you be watching like your son in the sports, you know what I'm saying? You rooting him on and stuff, but at the same time, you see him having to go through a hard time on the field, or when he on top on the wrestling mat, it's like, yeah, it's all good, but you ain't trying to see nobody take his back, you feel me?
Yeah.
But to know that that's what he came for, like, and then that make you think about Abraham, like low key, almost like he still brought up Isaac, as he was still willing to go through with it, even though the Most High told him, "Hey, look, take your son up there and do this." He still had the faith. So in a way, he's the Abraham. He's the father of many nations. So I mean, to have that authority and that power put on him, it's like he had to move as the father, still be down to go through with the task, even though it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, and even your son, once he realized who was about to get sacrificed, you know what I'm saying? He's still saying, if this is what the Most High want, come on with it.
And that's showing you a different level of trust back there that they had in the Most High. Like, see, back then life was about pleasing your Elohim. Like, not even no matter what nation you was, even if they didn't believe in Yahuwah, they was still all about pleasing a one who they worship. We just so happen to worship the Most High. So, they was just trying to please their Elohim, man. And like you said, the Father and the Son was trying to do the same will. They just wanted to do it correctly, make this offering, and just that simple, whatever it takes,
Yeah. And the offering, now is our life. So we have to die for the doctrine of the Mashiyach. You know what I'm saying? Because it says they gonna hate you for my name's sake. So what did he come down here to do and did that's gonna make our punishment worse than his? You know what I'm saying? So we got to mentally prepare, and the only way we can mentally prepare for that day, if the Most High allows us to see it or to happen to us, is to get in this word. Build up your faith.
No, that's facts. We back at Acts 4. So we'll just start back at 10. It says, "Be it known unto you all and to all the people of Yasharal by the name of Yahushua Mashiyach of Nazareth, whom ye crucified, whom Elohim raised from the dead, even by him doeth this man stand here before you whole. This is the stone which was set at naught of you builders, which is become the head of the corner. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under Shamaim given among men whereby we must be saved. So, a couple things to notice about that is it's talking about his name and him only having one name that men must be saved. So it shouldn't be that confusing on, what name. Now, when it comes to titles, he got many titles. Okay, so and that's the same thing as his Abba. It's the same pattern as his Abba. Yahuwah could be Yahuwah Yareh, Yahuwah provides, Yahuwah Shalom, the Yahuwah of peace, the Al Elyon, the Most High. So he could be all these things. It said that Yahushua will be Emmanuel. Elohim dwelleth with us. So that's his title. So there's nothing wrong with calling him Emmanuel, but that's not his name that they would have been prescribing like that. The name that was prescribed was Yahushua. So that is the name that you go through and to get to the Father. And what does that mean though? Yahushua mean you hear the Yahoo. So this is why often you'll hear Yahoo. And when you hear these Hebrews talking, you'll hear them say like Isaiah but see that is a translation that should have never happened because you don't translate names. But you'll see in the New Testament Isaiah's where it will be Isaiah, where it will be Yeshayahu in the ancient, but so in the Greek, they don't, they try to take that essence out. But in the ancient, we always had a trace of their father's name in there. So it got Yahoo and then Shuwa, which could mean riches or retribution. So basically, Yahuwah is salvation. When you put that together, Yahuwah is salvation. So let's jump down here to Isaiah 7.
Isaiah 7.
Isaiah 7 and 14.
Yes, sir.
And we just talk about the Messiah's doctrine. So there's other doctrines out there concerning even these same scriptures. You got those who don't believe in the Mashiyach, they will look at this and take it literally because they don't have no choice, because they don't have no hope coming. Just keep it all the way 100. So somebody who doesn't believe in the New Testament, they're gonna get stuck here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna leave it right here because they're gonna say, "Oh, well, this happened already," But one thing about the scriptures is it's secular. It's a cycle.
Yeah.
So we there.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm at Isaiah Yeshayahu chapter 7 at verse 14. And it says, "Therefore, Yahuwah himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive to bear a son, and she shall call his name Emmanuel." And then if we look and see what Emmanuel is, it is H6005, and it says Emmanuel, God is with us, or with us is God, symbolic and prophetic name of the Messiah, the Christ, prophesying that he would be born of a virgin and would be God with us. So one thing I be having a hard time understanding is, why is it so hard for everybody to be on the same page when we just read the scripture, then we just read the definition? So, you know, what you're doing when you read the scriptures is you're starting off on top of the layer. It's in English. Hey, look, that's cool, but we need a little bit more. Let's go to the lexicon. It's gonna give you the number. Somebody has already taken time to sit down and dissect all of these words. Every word that's in the Bible, they've sat down, chopped it up, dissected these words. When you look at the history of the words, like how you just clicked on the definition,
Yeah.
all them sources down there, all them people that studied this word, read a book, and this was in it. Then they quoting from this. So it's like this stuff is documented. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you heard it.
And documented while we were still slaves,
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you said, it's documented, and we have to read for what it say. And the Most High gonna reveal it to you when it's your time for it to be revealed to you. But
yeah,
like you said, it's cut right there. It got the Hebraic form in there, and it got the English form in there.
Mm-hmm.
So just read for what it say, and take it as that. Now, if the Most High saying that there's any type of discrepancies in there, then He gonna make it known to you. Then you can get that idea. Man, let me dig a little bit deeper on this topic right here, and then shoot. Next thing you know, you're gonna find a bunch of topics that's leading to that, and you get your findings from there. But just read it from what it is, man.
Read it for what it is, and it'll roll out. It makes sense. We're not saying don't dig beneath the surface. We're showing you how to dig beneath the surface. You know, one step at a time, and don't just hear something from somebody and then just run with it. You heard what they asked when they asked who the Messiah is. They start saying all kind of stuff. But you know, you can't just run. You can't just run with everything they telling you. But also, if you look at Islam, who do they say the Mashiyach is? They said, just like in the scriptures, they say, oh, some say you're another prophet. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So when Muhammad comes, they say, oh, he's just another prophet. Like, see, y'all listening to doctrines of men. And just anytime you was in school, they say, don't follow the crowd. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Using their logic, Christianity and Islam is the two biggest religions on earth. So, I mean, how can we look at them and just say them is the safest, paths to take? And I know you seen that picture where it's like all them people walk. It's like 100 something like people, all figures of white outline. Then it'd be that one black figure, like the black sheep, moving to the other row.
Yeah.
And the point they're trying to make is, you know, if you follow and then the crowd is about to fall off onto a cliff.
There's even a commercial with live people where they walking in the middle of the street, and then one out of 10,000 people will stop and turn around and go against the current. And walk the opposite way where they walk, but everybody else is in sync walking the way to wherever they're going. But in the midst of that, they woke up somehow, you know what I'm saying, and they turned and went the other way. Just like salmon, they swim upstream, not downstream.
Yeah, so you know, you gotta study for yourself, like you mentioned earlier, and just like we said, that's why we're saying just stick to the script. Because
2:15. 2 Timothy 2:15.
Let's hit it up. Yeah. Let's hit it. Well, I guess you already quoted it.
Yeah, but hey,
that's what it is, you know. And see, for us, this is what I be wondering too. Like for us, I think like Like we all know that script, most of us in the Hebrew community, but for some of those that never heard this, maybe they never knew that the Bible told you to study for yourself. You see what I'm saying?
Let's show them then. Let's show them. Let's give them the bread and butter, and then we come back to Isaiah 7.
Yeah, because I think sometimes what it is too is like we assuming, dang, everybody should. So we coming to somebody like, man, you ain't gonna look your stuff like you don't be at home studying, and they like, man, what's the big deal? Y'all are just so religious, man. What are you? It's like, oh, you didn't know that you were supposed, like, you didn't know when we said just keep the commandments. This is what we're talking about. This is a commandment,
Yeah.
and this might not be coming out the lips of the Mashiyach, but the Mashiyach came to set up leadership, and he came to set up guidance. So, you know, he's not going to leave anything for us that's about to hurt us. He's not about to leave us in the care of anybody who's about to carry this doctrine or carry this gospel, this Bashura. He's not about to leave us in the hands of anybody that's about to do us harm. He's showing us a template on how we can follow and how we can raise up our army of Yahuwah in the righteous form.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready for it. Oh, you already showed it.
I showed it, but we can read it out loud. So,
Okay.
2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto Yah, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
Hallelujah. And so he's giving you a task to do, and he's giving you the outcome of what's going to happen when you do that. Once you study, then you can rightly divide the word. So without studying, I could talk about, I could imply, I could just, you know what I'm saying, philosophize, but to rightly divide, you know what I'm saying, we got to be able to study.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see.
Back in Isaiah
Yes,
14.
Isaiah 7 and 14, yup.
Okay.
Really, we could go to Isaiah 9 and 6 now.
Isaiah 9:6.
Isaiah 9 and 6. You there, Ak?
Yeah.
All right. It reads, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. So you see that is heavy talk right there. The government gonna be on his shoulder. So it sounds like he got a responsibility.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To uphold this government.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, and his name shall be called. And see, this is an example of a title, right? Because whose name is this? Whose name is a whole sentence? It said, and his name shall be called Wonderful. See, his name shall be called this Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty Elohim. It says the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. So them is attributes to his name. It says at verse 7, of the increase of his government. It's about this government coming in. Of the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no end. And upon the throne of Daud and upon his kingdom, to order it and establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth, even forever. The zeal of Yahuwah of hosts will perform this. Micah chapter 5 at verse 2. Micah 5 and 2. I'll start at verse 1 on this one. You ready for it out?
Yeah, so you said 5 and 1?
Yup.
Yes, sir. We there.
It say, now gather thyself in troops, O daughter of troops. He hath laid siege against us. They shall smite the judge of Yasharal with a rod upon the cheek.
Mm.
So what? So that may sound mysterious to someone who don't know who Mashiyach is, but it sounds like there could be prophetic language right there. But at verse 2 it say, but thou Bethlehem, if Ephraim, that it says, though thou be little among the thousand of Yehuda, yet out of thee shall he come forth unto me that is to be ruler of Yasharal, whose going forth have been from the old, from everlasting. So he said, but though Bethlehem Ephratah, though thou be little among the thousand of Yehuda, yet out of thee shall come forth unto me that is to be a ruler in Yasharal, whose going forth have been from the old, from everlasting. And then we go to the book of Daniel, chapter 9. All right, and you got Daniel chapter 9. Let me
Yes, sir.
at verse 25. We might not get through all of these, but
Hey, we got part 2, 3, 4, whatever we
yep,
need.
and we still can look into that crucifixion next week, so we could do part 2 of this and look into that crucifixion, because it still goes hand in hand. But yeah, I think it's a humbling experience.
Yeah.
But Daniel 9 and 25. And so we'll finish up this section, and then we'll get to the word made flesh section. So it's only about, including this, 1, 2, 3, 4 more verses, about 4 more precepts. So we at verse 25 and 26. Time be flying, boy.
Yes, sir. What say we had on that?
Let me see. It say 37 minutes.
Hey, time waits for no man.
That's right.
But
That's
time fly when you having fun. Huh?
Yes, sir.
This is your business. We ain't got nothing to do.
I know, right? Hey, we came to you with a buzzer beater, but sure, hey, we had to get up in there.
Yeah, man. I told Sister Nairi, I said, hey, we may not be going live today. I ain't heard from her.
Oh man, I ain't gonna hold you on this about rest. Man, sometimes you just can't help it. You need that rest. Your body be telling you.
Hey, I was gonna take one, but I was like, nah, it's too late. It's already past my nap time. Let me just thug it out till it's my bedtime.
Yeah. Well, one thing about it too be like, Shabbat come in and be like rest, but like, sometimes you might be doing something that you enjoy doing. We be dealing with the scripts all day in different ways. So just because you ain't sitting down studying like this, you might be studying your own way. You might be listening to your music, or you might have a certain messages. Worshiping.
Praise and worship. Or like you was doing, just resting.
But it's like you could be resting all day. Like, hey, I only went to sleep for a couple hours, because you was resting, you was worshiping, you was studying, doing whatever, but you wasn't sleep. So, I had to do both. I had to go sleep too. But all right, we're back in Daniel 9, and at 25 it says, know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and build Jerusalem unto the Messiah, the Prince, shall be 7 weeks, and 62 weeks, the street shall be built again, and the wall even in troublous times. 26. And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off. You see this though? That's straight saying Messiah. Like, so that's prophetic. It says, but not for himself, and the people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, and the end thereof shall be with a flood, and unto the end of the war desolations are determined. So, this is prophetic. Huh?
No, I had a cough. Or trying
to
prevent one from coming.
Yeah. I'll get it off you,
Yes, sir.
Luke chapter 24 at verse 44. Luke 24. 24 at verse 44.
24.
Yep. At 44. And it reads, and he said unto them, these are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled, which were written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms concerning me. He said concerning me. So I don't see that. Huh?
Now I'm agreeing with you.
I don't see the discrepancy. If you go into the Old Testament, it's talking about the Messiah coming in the New Testament. When you go into the New Testament, he's talking about how I was dealing with you, or how they was talking about me in the Old Testament.
Yeah.
So it fit together just perfectly.
Or just take out that New Testament page that's in your Bible. Just take it out, because it wasn't no New and Old Testament. It was just the Testament.
Life. It was
you know what I'm saying? Take it out. Y'all see the scroll? Y'all see the scrolls? That's what it was on. Wasn't no book.
They was busting them out the scroll. Like, okay, so when the New Testament started in your life, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or where the third and fourth and fifth, and what testament we in now?
There's only two.
Yeah.
For them, it's only one testament, and nothing else.
Yeah.
Fulfilled.
So that's and they do that on purpose, because if you pay attention, most of the Christian church, they just use the New Testament.
Bits and pieces of it. They know that 501c3 ain't gonna let them read a lot of them things that's in that New Testament. They gonna lose they membership.
They start speaking about
that tax-free membership, and then they gonna start getting. You ever seen a pastor get hit for tax evasion for the church?
I think I seen one dude, man. He was out here buying clothes and all kind of Louis Vuitton,
right?
Yeah.
With the Don King fro.
Yeah.
Yeah, him. He was one of them. He locked up right now again. So remember, we played him on that one current events for him and that woman or his wife or whoever she was.
Yeah.
Human trafficking, a bunch of other stuff. So when you go against the grain, they're gonna drop you and they're gonna come get you.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get a splinter.
Yeah, just like with these rappers and entertainers. You go against the grain, they're gonna come get you. And ain't nothing you can do about it. Ain't nobody you can pay to get that monkey up off your back. You didn't sign your name in that blood to get your worldly riches, and now you go against it. Now it's time to pay the pipe.
Yeah. Yeah, we not, they not even lying, like we was talking about, they not lying to you when they tell you with the cartel, hey, look, this little million ain't nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna make sure you good, but you go against the grain, that's your life,
Mm-hmm.
and people be getting involved in cartel or getting involved in certain gangs and bribery from people, then they think it's a gang. Once their money short, or once they come up, violate they little gang pack. And then, yeah, it's real out here. So, like, before you get into something, just know that, it's serious business. You can't be out here playing with the Messiah and think that, it's just a game. Like, how arrogant is the culture and the lifestyle and the nation that pushes, you just do what you want. You don't, first of all, the nation say that they're a Christian nation. So they say they believe in the Bible. This is what they by just by default, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But then they sit up there and omit things or just completely go against what the scriptures are telling you. Like, so y'all know something, though. Y'all know that the Most High real. Y'all just really is of Satan because you want to really strip the Most High of that credit. That's what these folks is doing this stuff for. These folks, they don't want the Most High to get their shine on because they secretly want to be the Most High. We don't want to be the
Mm-hmm.
Most High as set apart children. We want to please the Most High. So that's the difference in mindset.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna jump over here to John chapter 1.
John chapter
We'll,
1.
yeah, we'll hit 1 through 3. And I think this is a good one to kind of discuss because it's a lot of confusion in the folks in the truth and out of the truth behind this, but hopefully we can shed some light on this. So you got the Strong's numbers up, Ox, so that's good, right? So
Right.
it says, let's just read it. It says, in the beginning was the word. Okay, so let's pause right there.
Yep.
Can you click on that word? G3056. Let me see. Yeah, so G3056, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it says logos, it's logos or logos. So this is a Greek word. This mean basically logic or mean basically logic or it's a thing. So look at them definitions on the side. What someone has said, so word. So in the Greek, it's word. The sayings of God or the Most High, decree, mandate, it says, or order, or the moral precepts given by Elohim, Old Testament prophecy given by the prophets, what is declared. All right, check this out. It say what is declared, right? A thought, declaration, an aphorism, a weighty saying, a dictum, a maxim. So these are different parts of speeches. So it's breaking that down. Let me go here real quick. That's the Greek form.
Okay.
That's the Greek form of word, right? So that's what they chose to translate for word. But remember what we was talking about the translation of the scriptures. Like one thing I think everybody should do is go and read like the front part of your scriptures and read the rules of how they have to follow to translate the Bible. We know they didn't follow all the rules, but we pretty much could find them spots, pretty quick. We could look at something and say, oh man, they didn't follow the rules in the translation here. Like it's obvious. Like once you read it, you'll see it's obvious.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at this word in the Hebrew, I think if you type in H, 1 697, H1697. I think if we type that in, it should take you to the word. And I think I told you H1697.
86197.
It's 1697.
Okay, let me do it again.
If it don't pop up, I can just give you the verse that it's in. This the first use of the word in this form.
H16197.
Let's see, H1. I didn't scroll off of it. H1697. Yep. H1697. And it should say Debar.
Okay, yeah, I was there. Yep.
Okay, bet. Let's see what he's talking.
You playing it?
Nah. Can you pull? Is you there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at it off of your screen. So we looked at the word in Greek, logos, logos, however you want to pronounce it. Like, for us, it's like logical. You feel me? That's the root word, like of logic. Make a logical decision. It got to make sense. So, most folks want to do things logically. It's usually the best way to go. So it's a lot wrapped up in this word. We looked at the Greek word because this is who it's saying. This is the essence of the Messiah. So somebody, we want you to know why we're looking at this. They telling you this is the essence of the Messiah. I think I need to know who we dealing with. Yeah, at the top with them definitions, like what is so it says Debar, right? It says Debar, a word by implication, a matter as spoken of, or thing, adverbally, a cause, an act, advice, affair, answer, as such thing, because of book, business, care, cause. So all of that. I'm jumping down a little. Can you scroll down to the where they break them down in numbers? Yeah, like on the left. Up. So it's a speech, word, speaking, thing. You see that where it's a thing?
Mm-hmm.
So Debar could also mean a thing. It could also mean just anything, like a noun. So that's how they see. Everybody think that these Greeks are so smart and these Romans so smart, and we learned everything from them. Like they took their concept of logos, straight from the concept of the Hebrews, right? Because the logos could be an idea or a thing too, right? Basically a noun. So here we see this could be speech, word, speaking, or a thing. It could be anything. Debar. That's why you might hear somebody say, Toda Rabah, thank you. You say, oh, Allah Debar. There's nothing, no, or all on top, low, nothing, Debar, thing, ain't no thing. That's basically what you're saying when you say that. Like when somebody say, Toda Rabah, it's like Allah Debar. Ain't no thing. It's not any logic. Like it wouldn't even be logical for me to flip on that. That's nothing. Like so the way that even within the word and the culture, you can kind of see how we speak today. We speak with a lot of like metaphors. We speak like, a little more loosely than the mainstream, like, corporate America and stuff. They want to be all prissy and proper. You feel me? But like Hebrew, we've always had like a little bit more a little deeper thought in our speech. Sometimes somebody come drop something on you real quick, you be like, huh, wait a minute, I never heard that word. So, just want to show that it's the same pretty much. It might be a Greek word defined, but it's the same idea. So they took a whole different word and used the Greek word but for the same idea of debar. So now that we know what debar is, it could be a thing, and it don't go into the real deepness of the ancientness of the words on the Strong's Concordance. But when you really start breaking down the paleo, a word for debar is a carefully arranged set of characters that basically that's it, a carefully set arrangement of characters or actions. So a word in itself in the Hebrew ain't even just you blurting some sounds out. It is each character represents something. So the dalet is a character on its own. It represents the door, it represents the portal, the path. The bet represent being inside of something, or the home, the home structure, and then the resh is the head or the chief or the leader. The word Deborah or Deborah mean bee. And so I was, looking at these words and their connection. I'm like, how does that connect to be? But when you look at it, Deborah means bee because when you look at the activity of the bee, the root word of Deborah is debar, like we're looking at. But when you look at the bee, look how meticulous they are. Look how they communicate. Look how they really just get to it. You know what I'm saying? But they carefully order things and arrange things. So that's the same thing with the word. So with that definition, do you think that the Most High was rolling a dice on Yahushua? Like, nah, it was carefully set down and thought about before he even brought him into existence or uttered him into existence. And we know that happened from the book of Enoch when it said it was at that moment when he invokes his name. So, this is still in the beginning with the Father, but he was the first thing brought forth. It's like when you wake up in the morning, first thing you did was yawn. Hey, that first thing come out your mouth, that's Yahushua. For Yahuwah, the first thing come out of his mouth was Yahushua. Carefully set, arranged set of words. So, just want to jump on that. Let's hit back. I think it was the book of Yehukanah.
Yep. 1 and 1.
Yeah.
1 of 1.
Because first of all, before you can even keep going, because you'll keep going. The Christians already told us a bunch of stuff, so we think we know what we're talking about. But we just had to look. Because the word and it's capital right there. Yeah. And so the logos or the logos is something that the early church fathers taught. You know what I'm saying? And they taught this as being the Messiah. Now Trinity worship and everything been mixed in and contorted things, but we just reading it for what it is. It says, in the beginning was the Word, capital W, and the Word was with God. Of course, they got capital G. We know it's Elohim.
Yeah.
Now, there is difficulty in understanding this for a lot of people because you see that the Word was with God. All right, we just got to take it for what it says, right? Remember we said we taking it for what it said. The Word was with God and the Word was God. Okay, so the Word was God, right? It says the same was in the beginning with God or with Elohim. So now let's go to the book of Exodus 20 real quick. All right. Let's go to the book Exodus 20 real quick. And it says, It says, and Elohim spake all these words, saying, I am Yahuwah the Elohim, which have brought thee out of the land of Mizraim, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other Elohim before me.
Mm-hmm.
So that sounded to me like it's one Elohim, one all.
Yep.
He didn't say you're gonna have a couple of them before me. Let me see.
Like even in Genesis chapter 1, knock is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He created things. So his word created things. It didn't say me and somebody else.
It said he created through the Son, but yeah, it say Isaiah 43 and 10. Isaiah 43 and 10. It say, ye are my witnesses, saith Yahuwah, and my servant whom I have chosen, that you may know that you may know and believe me and understand that I am he. Before me there was no Elohim formed, neither shall there be after me. It says, even I am Yahuwah, and besides me there is no Savior. All right, so right here, it says we see this, right? And we're not going against the scriptures, right? But it says, and beside me there is no Savior. All right, so let's see what could possibly be going on. I want to say it's in Acts 7. Acts 7, down here, probably about verse 45. I know it's down further than 45, but let's jump down here to Acts 7 and 54.
Right there.
Yeah. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
And so it reads, when they heard these things, they were cut to the heart and they gnashed on him with their teeth. But he, being full of the Ruach HaKodesh, looked up steadfastly into Shamaim and saw the glory of Elohim. And Yahushua was standing on the right hand of Elohim. So wait a minute. I thought the Most High just said, ain't nobody beside him.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that what we just read out?
That's what we read.
So look, it says, and said, behold, I see the Shamaim open and the Son of Man standing on the right hand of Elohim. Then they cried out with a loud voice and stopped their ears and ran upon him with one accord and cast him out of the city and stoned him. And the witness laid down their clothes at the young man's feet, whose name was Shaul. And they stoned Stephen, calling out Elohim, calling upon Elohim and saying, Master, Yahushua will receive my Ruach. And he kneeled down and cried with a loud voice, Master, lay not this sin to their charge. And when he had said this, he fell asleep. Man, that take a different type of Ruach. They in the middle of stoning you. You like, man, forgive them, Father. I'm not there yet.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the script that talks about in that hour. Matthew 10 and 19.
Matthew 10 and 19.
Yes, sir.
It say, but when they deliver you up, take no thought how of what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak.
So you're gonna prophesy to these people while you getting beat, huh? He gonna give you the words to say.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Read 20.
For it is not ye that speak, but the ruach of your Father which speaketh in you. See? And I think this goes into the same thing that we talking about. So the confusion is the Father the Son? Is the Father the Son? Let's go back to that John 3. And then 4 more minutes, y'all. Then we done.
4 more minutes football time.
Yeah, because you gotta pause and get there.
Yeah. We're not talking about the European football, Jeremiah.
Yehukanan 1. All right, we still in 1. Yehukanan 3 and what was we at? We in 1. Yehukanan 1 and 1.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we even moved from the first. We ain't got the first word.
You sure
But we seeing it though. So in the beginning was the word, and the word was with Elohim. Okay, so if I got the word, and the word is with Elohim, right, and the word was Elohim. So it's the same essence. It's the same essence of Elohim. But also this word Elohim throw folks off, or this word all God, because if you really want to know the truth, first of all, in the Hebraic world and culture, they call Abraham Elohim or Al. See, it's broke down into the root Al. So if you read the Sefer or in the Tanakh, you'll see it says all Abraham, all Moshe, all, because they've given them that mighty one aspect. So you could be a mighty one and not be the most mighty one. They even got Elohim of the earth. Nebuchadnezzar was a Elohim in a way. Nimrod is a Elohim in a way. They're mighty men on the earth, but that don't mean that they're the most high Yahuwah. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You got something you want to add to that?
No, sir.
All right. It says the same was in the beginning, was with Elohim. It says all things were made by him, and I think I lost my place. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. So this is the deep understanding, because what's going on, he's also describing to you what his name is, or what this Dabar is, because remember, Dabar is a thing. So it said all things was made by him and through him, and without him it wasn't nothing made. So he is literally telling you, hey, look, I am. See, Yahushua is the materialized, everything you see in front of you, everything you touch, man, that's proof of Yahushua.
Uh-huh.
Every single thing that we use, the radio signals, the Wi-Fi signal, the cushion on the couch, the baseboard, like that's Yahuwah, that's Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? Because all things was made through him, and wasn't nothing made. So when you so now you start understanding, I gotta really show reverence to how I use these things that the Most High you gave us, because we just stewards over this stuff. I didn't create anything that I use, like from the molecule. We didn't create any of these molecules that make all this stuff up matter. So
Even
Yahushua
our
said,
children, even going down to our children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have a part in making it, but the seeds and everything was constructed with all of the Most High.
That's all of the Most High. And just think about it. You could say, you procreating and be like, yeah, man, I want a son or I want a daughter. You ain't even got no choice on what you have.
Hey, it said be fruitful and multiply.
That's all he said.
That's all he said. And replenish the earth.
That's it. So
wherever you get, count it as a joy and a blessing that you are able to do that.
You a steward over them children.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump down to verse 14. We can stop there.
All right.
Because we understand now what the word is with the quick rundown definition, right? I mean, because that's a whole study in itself. But we showed you what the word is in the Greek, the Logos, study that. And in the Hebrew, the Debar, study that. They're practically the same thing, because the Greeks is basically trying to describe the best way they can what we had going on. Here we is in the book of Yehukanan 1 and 14, and it reads, and the word was made flesh and dwelt among us. And we beheld his glory, and the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. And we can end right there, Ox. So, we done brought it all the way down to the key points being Yahushua is the express word or the bar. Yahuwah manifested in the flesh, not the Father himself. So he's basically the essence of Yahuwah. The whole thing is, the only issue, there's really not that big a deal on somebody saying, well, the Father is the Son. Right. I don't think it's that big of a deal, right? They love the Father, they love the Son. They understand it as the same person, right? Mm-hmm. So the thing is, what you do when you do that is you take away free will from the Son. You see what I'm saying? The whole thing is the Messiah had the choice to say, hey, look, I ain't sin. I get that y'all need a savior, but I got that ticket.
Right.
You say, hey, I ain't doing anything wrong.
Hey, but he said, hey, I'm here to do the will of the Father. So he had to come regardless.
He had to come regardless. And it's one of them things. It's like just like you seen your son out there on the field. It's like, man, look, they in a championship game. I gotta trust that he's gonna do his thing, everything that I taught him. You see what I'm saying? I got trust he's gonna do his thing, everything he taught him. I'm hands off. It's to the point the Most High took his hands off the Messiah. He said, Ali, lama sabachthani. He said, my master, my God, why have you forgotten me? You know what I'm saying? Why are you forsaking me? So when he said forsaking him, he took his hands off of him for a minute.
Yeah, because he had to go through that.
Yup. So it is one thing. It's like, man, but if he would have said, man, look, I'm cool, I think a whole different chain of events would happen, because then you ain't being obedient to the plan. But technically, you ain't got no skin on it.
He'd have been in jeopardy to get kicked out the kingdom.
Yup. But he had the option to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We remember he was like, man, Father, take this cup away from me. Now it's the Father at that moment be like, all right, man, I'm gonna take the cup. I don't think he would have been in jeopardy if that would have happened, but if he would just did it on his own. But at the end of the day, he did it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he did it.
And that's some major love.
Man, I'm getting more squeamish or something, because man, I want to Man, we want to go into this crucifixion thing. I ain't gonna hold you. Like the video I seen, I'm like, man, you know, kind of like the Passion of Christ. I think they did a good job depicting the agony. We know, you know, everybody ain't gonna agree with how they depicted the characters, but
Yeah, right. But what the message say? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I know we, you know, we be bent on, well, you know, he wasn't this, he wasn't that, but the message of the testament of the Messiah was still being preached, even with the white folks. So they, even the actors is gonna get get judged on that. Hey, you know, you did the Passion of the Christ. How come you not living like this?
That's a good
You know
point.
what I'm saying? You what's the message? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Did we know they're gonna put their own spin on it, but if it's lining up with the script that you have read,
mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? You know, chew the meat, spit out the bone. You know what I'm saying? So we got to keep pushing to see that day.
For sure. So, you know, all praises, man, to the Most High. We got through the first couple of sections. So
Yes,
Most High willing, that was edifying. You know, as Aki said, we'll pick up next week, next Shabbat, Most High willing. Other than that, man, we say Toda Rabah for rocking with these Babylon Streets podcasts. You got anything you want to say to him, Aki?
Hey man, let's keep each other held accountable. Get into y'all script, into y'all word, man, and spend some more time with the Most High. Take some things out so you can spend some more time with the Most High and get edified and whatnot. And then, like we always speak to ourselves first, so that's what it is, man.
For sure. Well, all praises, man. I'll catch up with you next time, Aki, and Shabbat Shalom to the 12 tribes worldwide.
Come on, Jeremiah. Shalom.
Shalom. Hebrew.
Everybody want to come say shalom.
Goodbye, seriously. Shalom.
Mission on purpose.
Shalom, at the
I'll pray.
All praises. Love y'all.
Yeah, Hebrew.
All right, shalom, Hebrew.
Love.